Hi, this is Felicia with TripleThickChick.com, and as you can see, I have braids, which is new for me. And just by looking at my hair, how old do you think my braids are? Like, how long do you think I've had my braids? A month? 2 months? No, I've had them 2 weeks. So, needless to say, I'm a little upset because, as you can see, kind of got a little afro kind of going on top of the braids. Got some missing here and there. Yeah, in the back, like, yeah, it's afro underneath. Cause yeah. Now, I don't want to name the salon that I went to, but it's in Garland, Texas. I don't think it's many in Garland, Texas, but it's off of Centerville. And I have beef with them. I'm a little upset, so if you don't want to hear me be bitter, then you might not want to look at this. So, first of all, I called up there and said, do you all do walk-ins? They're like, yeah. Walk-ins, come on in. Okay, I go in there. What's the wait time? They're like, come back at 4. I'm like, okay, I can do that. Come back. So I come back and they're like, what do you want? I show them a picture of the Janet Jackson Poetic Justice braids. These are not Janet Jackson Poetic Justice braids. They're like, oh, that's too long and blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, okay, I'll work with you. So I said, okay, well, I want individual braids, but I want them braided all the way to the end by my boobs because I want them long. Just like, okay. So as she's braiding, I'm like, are you braiding all the way to the end? And she's like, yeah. This is not braided all the way to the end. This is not. This is loose hair. It's not real hair. So I'm like, okay. Maybe she's going to finish it. I'm just going to be patient. So then I asked her, I was like, how long is it going to take for you to do my hair? And she's like, 5 hours. She did not lie. It did take her 5 hours. You know why it took her 5 hours? Because at that 5-hour mark, she went home. Yeah. So another lady had to finish what she started, and she was upset about it. And even though they were speaking in French, I don't care what language you speak, you understand anger. So she was upset that she had to finish my hair. It's like 9 o'clock at night. I'm sure she's tired. That's fine, but that's not my fault. So the whole time she's yanking my head because she's upset because she has to finish someone else's job. So I'm getting a little pissed because this hurts. You pulling on my hair for 3,000 braids, that hurts. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to trip. So I'm like, well, are you going to finish to the ends? And she was like, no, this is what you're paying for. And I'm like, no, that's not what I'm paying for. So we have our little conversation. I'm like, I'm not giving you what you asked because you did not do what I asked. So we figured that out. But here's my thing. I work hard for my money. I get cussed out daily for my money. So for the amount of money that I paid for these braids, which was $220, I expect a lot for my $220. One, I expect to get what I asked for. Number two, I expect that if your sign says walk-ins welcome, that you need not be yelling in French when you got to finish my hair. That's just how I feel like life should go. But I digress. Number three, if I pay $220 for some braids, I should not have loose hair 2 weeks into these braids. But yeah, that's what I have. I'm missing about 20 braids. I got afros all up in between my braids, but I paid $220. I'm ashamed to tell you that I paid $220, but I did. So I have to look ratchet because I'm too cheap to take down these $220 braids that I've only had for 2 weeks. So now I have to devise ways to not look like I'm missing hair. You know how hard that is? It's very hard. So I would suggest to anyone in Garland, Texas, don't go to Centerville and get your hair braided because they're rude and they're mean. And they don't do a $220 job. So that's just me. I'm being honest. I'm not being bitter. But again, I get cussed out daily to make money. So when I get paid and I spend my money, I expect to get my money's worth. And sadly, this was not it. Yeah, they were cute when I had all 3,000 of them. But now that 20 are missing kind of messes with my cuteness factor. I can't just do whatever I want to my hair. So forgive me for being bitter, but I'm a little upset.